There's nothing special about being American. None of you can define for me what an American is.
How old would you be if you didn't know how old you were?
I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun, and the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They'd look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap, and I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
Chocolate chip.
This country is doomed. It is doomed not just because of African Americans. It is doomed not just because of African Americans, but because by 2040, this country is going to be minority white European. You hear me? Minority white European. And you guys are going to have to start working more with Hispanics, who make up a larger portion of the population.
I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black. As kitchen table, I learned, worried about whether they can make next month's mortgage payment. Well, it is what it is because he is who he is. That's why it is what it is. So you want to, yeah, smart guy. I'll lead an effective strategy to mobilize true international effort to pressure isolated.
Use the word smart. So you said you went to Delaware State, but you forgot the name of your college. You didn't go to Delaware State. You graduated either the lowest or almost the lowest in your class. Don't ever use the word smart with me. Don't ever use that.
But there's a lot that is
$2 billion. So you go ahead and you stack spaghetti sauce at a store and in a supermarket. You control the guy or the woman who brings out the carts on a forklift.
What my words? Because we're about to really take away all your rights, and you're not going to be able to defend yourself. And we're going to swoop down with Special Forces folks and gather up every gun in America. You got the vaccination?
Yeah.
Are you okay? I mean, you seem no, it works. Or or the mom and dad, or the neighbor, or when you go to church, or when you're I really mean it. There are trusted interlocutors. Think of the people. If your kid wanted to find out whether or not there's a man on the moon or whatever, something, or whether those aliens are here or not. Who are the people they talk to beyond the kids who love talking?
That's why I made it a priority my entire career to work closely with you. From the time I got to the Senate 180 years ago, as well as my 10 years.
If you were a quartermaster, you can sure in hell take care of running a department store thing, where in the second floor of the ladies' department.
Remember that we, the people, are the government.
What? 3, and I've got a sister who's the love of my life. Everyone, I'm Joe Biden's husband. Have here in Miami, in Florida. You don't have it here. In a mental filter. My physical as well as my mental filter.
There's a situation where there's an estimation of somewhere between $700 billion and $1.3 trillion if we hire up more IRS agents.
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. By law, by badge, by hood, and by news.
Chain Wall Street. They're going to put you all back in chains.
Look, we cut the Keystone Pipeline. Now we're thinking of cutting another pipeline with over over 500,000 barrels a day of crude oil coming into the United States, and then he goes overseas and then he begs OPEC to produce more oil. It makes absolutely no sense. Just like everything this president's done, and every sector makes no sense whatsoever. And so, who's going to pay for it? It's going to be the poor and the middle class. Their gas prices all of our gas prices are going to go up, and when all of our gas prices go up, or when all of our energy prices go up, everything goes up. That means inflation goes up. And so again, this is incredible. It's just one thing after another thing after another thing, and then the president wonders why people don't like him too much.
When I went to this G7, all the major
democracies. I walked in, and I know a lot of them because of my role in the past. And they walk in, and I said, America's back. And they go, I'm serious, heads of state. I give you my word as a Biden. I said, are you really back? I mean, how can we believe you, Joe, but will the country ever get it together? I talked to Xi Jinping in China, who I know well. We don't agree on a lot of things. He's a bright and really tough guy. He truly believes that the 21st century will be determined by oligarchs. I'm not a joke. Democracies cannot function in the 21st century, the argument is, because things are moving so rapidly, so rapidly, that you can't pull together a nation that is divided to get a consensus on acting quickly.